12 Principles for Surviving and Thriving at Work, Home, and School. Chapter 1. Exercise. Exercise boosts brain power. Physical activity is not just beneficial for the body, but also has profound effects on the brain. Research highlighted in this chapter demonstrates that regular exercise can significantly enhance cognitive function, memory, and overall mental health. The author delves into evolutionary perspectives, suggesting that human brains evolve to function optimally when the body is physically active. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, supplying it with more oxygen and nutrients, which promotes the growth of new neurons and enhances synaptic plasticity. Furthermore, physical activity reduces stress and anxiety, which in turn improves mood and cognitive performance. The chapter also discusses how exercise can slow down the natural aging process of the brain, potentially staving off age-related cognitive decline and diseases like Alzheimer's. Practical implications are drawn for integrating exercise into daily routines to harness these cognitive benefits, whether in work, school, or home environments. The author suggests that incorporating even moderate levels of physical activity can yield significant improvements in brain function and overall well-being. Physical activity benefits the brain. Exercise enhances cognitive function, memory, and mental health. Evolutionary perspective. Human brains evolve to perform best when the body is active. Increased blood flow. Exercise boosts blood flow to the brain, delivering more oxygen and nutrients. Reduces stress and anxiety. Physical activity lowers stress and anxiety, improving mood and cognitive performance. Slows brain aging. Regular exercise can slow down age-related cognitive decline and reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. Chapter 2. Survival, the human brain evolved to. In this chapter, John Medina explores the evolutionary journey of the human brain, emphasizing how survival mechanisms have shaped its development. The brain's ability to adapt and evolve over millions of years is a central theme. Medina delves into the notion that our brains are wired for survival, with key functions such as fear, fight or flight responses, and social interactions being integral to our ancestors' survival. He highlights how these ancient mechanisms still influence our behavior today, even though modern life is vastly different from the environments in which these traits originally developed. The chapter underscores the importance of understanding our evolutionary past to better navigate contemporary challenges in work, home, and school settings. By examining the brain's evolutionary history, Medina provides insights into why we react the way we do and offers practical advice on leveraging this knowledge to improve our daily lives. Evolutionary journey. Medina explains how the human brain has evolved over millions of years, adapting for survival. Survival mechanisms. Key brain functions like fear and fight or flight responses are crucial for ancestral survival. Modern influences. Ancient survival traits still affect our behavior in today's vastly different environments. Understanding the past. Knowledge of our evolutionary history can help address contemporary challenges. Practical advice. Insights into brain evolution offer practical ways to enhance work, home, and school experiences. Chapter 3. Wiring. Every brain is wired differently. In this chapter, the author delves into the intricate and unique ways each human brain is wired. The central theme revolves around the idea that no two brains are identical, even in twins. This uniqueness in wiring affects how individuals perceive, process, and react to information and experiences. The chapter explores the concept of neuroplasticity, emphasizing that the brain's structure and function can change over time based on experiences and learning. Furthermore, it discusses how genetics and environment play crucial roles in shaping our neural pathways. The author also highlights that traditional educational and workplace systems often fail to consider these individual differences, leading to suboptimal outcomes. By understanding and appreciating the diverse wiring of our brains, we can tailor learning and working environments to better suit individual needs, thereby enhancing productivity and well-being. Real-world examples and scientific studies are used to illustrate these points, making the content both engaging and informative. Individual uniqueness. Every human brain is different, even in identical twins, affecting perception and reaction. Neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to change its structure and function based on experiences and learning. genetics and environment. Both play crucial roles in shaping our neural pathways. Educational systems often fail to consider individual brain differences, leading to suboptimal outcomes. Tailored environments. Understanding brain diversity can help create better learning and working spaces. Chapter 4. Attention. We don't pay attention to boring things. The chapter delves into the intricacies of human attention, emphasizing the brain's aversion to monotony. It argues that attention is not a static trait, but a dynamic process influenced by various factors, including emotional and environmental stimuli. The author, John Medina, underscores that our brains are wired to notice novel and engaging information, which is why dull content often fails to capture or sustain our attention. He highlights the role of emotions in enhancing attention, explaining that emotionally charged events or information are more likely to be remembered. Medina also discusses the concept of multitasking, debunking the myth that humans can effectively focus on multiple tasks simultaneously. Instead, he posits that what we call multitasking is merely rapid switching between tasks, leading to decreased overall efficiency and increased error rates. The chapter provides practical advice for educators, employers, and individuals on how to create more engaging and attention-grabbing environments, such as incorporating stories, using visuals, and breaking information into bite-sized chunks. By understanding these principles, we can better structure our communication and activities to align with how our brains naturally function, ultimately improving learning and productivity. Dynamic process. Attention is influenced by emotional and environmental stimuli. Role of emotions. Emotionally charged information is more likely to be remembered. Myth of multitasking. Humans cannot effectively focus on multiple tasks at once. Practical advice. Tips for creating engaging environments, such as using stories and visuals. Improving productivity. Aligning communication with brain function to enhance learning and productivity. Chapter 5. Short-term memory. Repeat to remember. In this chapter, the author delves into the intricacies of short-term memory and its pivotal role in our daily lives. Short-term memory acts as a temporary storage system, holding information for brief periods before either discarding it or transferring it to long-term memory. The author emphasizes that repetition is key to solidifying short-term memories into long-term ones. He discusses various strategies to improve memory retention, such as chunking information into smaller, manageable pieces and using mnemonic devices. The chapter also highlights the brain's limited capacity for short-term memory, often cited as being able to hold about 7 items at a time. The author underscores the importance of focus and attention in the memory process, noting that distractions can severely impair our ability to remember. Practical tips are provided for enhancing memory, including the use of visual aids and the importance of sleep and memory consolidation. By understanding the mechanics of short-term memory, readers can better navigate the demands of work, home, and school. Repetition is key. Repeating information helps transfer it from short-term to long-term memory. Chunking information. Breaking down information into smaller pieces makes it easier to remember. Limited capacity. Short-term memory can typically hold only about 7 items at a time. Focus and attention. Distractions can significantly impair memory retention. Importance of sleep. Sleep plays a crucial role in the consolidation of memories. Chapter 6. Long-term memory. Remember to repeat. This chapter delves into the mechanisms of long-term memory and emphasizes the importance of repetition for retention. It explains that the brain's ability to store information over long periods is not as straightforward as a computer's hard drive. Instead, it is a complex process influenced by various factors such as emotional engagement, context, and repetition. The chapter underscores that repetition is crucial for moving information from short-term to long-term memory. This is because repeated exposure to information strengthens the neural pathways associated with that information, making it easier to recall. The author also highlights various strategies for effective repetition, including spaced repetition, which involves spreading out the review sessions over time. Additionally, the chapter examines the role of sleep in solidifying memories, suggesting that a good night's sleep can significantly enhance one's ability to remember information. Examples and anecdotes are used to illustrate these points, making the science accessible and practical for everyday use. By understanding and applying these principles, individuals can improve their memory retention, thereby enhancing their performance at work, school, and home. Role of repetition. Repetition strengthens neural pathways, aiding in long-term memory retention. Emotional engagement. Emotional involvement can enhance the memorability of information. Spaced repetition. Spreading out review sessions over time is more effective than cramming. Sleep's impact. A good night's sleep plays a critical role in memory consolidation. Practical strategies. The chapter offers actionable tips for improving memory through repetition and other techniques. Chapter 7. Sleep, sleep well, think well. In this chapter, John Medina delves into the critical role that sleep plays in cognitive function and overall well-being. He explains that sleep is not just a passive state of rest. It is an active process essential for various brain functions, including memory consolidation, learning, and emotional regulation. Medina discusses the detrimental effects of sleep deprivation, such as impaired cognitive performance, decreased attention span, and heightened stress levels. He emphasizes that the quality of sleep is just as important as the quantity, pointing out that disruptions in sleep cycles can lead to long-term health issues. The chapter also explores the different stages of sleep, particularly REM, rapid eye movement, and non-REM sleep, and their distinct roles in brain health. Medina offers practical advice for improving sleep hygiene, such as maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, creating a restful sleep environment, and avoiding stimulants close to bedtime. By understanding the science of sleep, individuals can make informed decisions to enhance their cognitive abilities and overall quality of life. Active process essential for brain functions. Sleep is crucial for memory consolidation, learning, and emotional regulation, not just a passive state. Detrimental effects of sleep deprivation. Lack of sleep can impair cognitive performance, reduce attention span, and increase stress levels. Importance of sleep quality. Consistent disruptions in sleep cycles can lead to long-term health issues, highlighting the need for good sleep hygiene. Different stages of sleep. REM and non-REM sleep play distinct roles in brain health, each contributing uniquely to cognitive functions. Practical advice for better sleep. Tips include maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, creating a restful environment, and avoiding stimulants before bedtime. Chapter 8. Stress. Stressed brains don't learn the same way. Stress has a profound impact on brain function and learning. The chapter delves into how chronic stress can alter brain structures, specifically the hippocampus, which is crucial for memory and learning. The author, Dr. John Medina, emphasizes that acute stress can actually enhance cognitive performance by improving attention and focus. However, when stress is prolonged, it becomes detrimental, leading to issues like impaired memory, decreased cognitive flexibility, and even mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. Dr. Medina also discusses the physiological mechanisms behind stress, including the roles of cortisol and adrenaline. Practical strategies for mitigating stress in various environments, such as workplaces and schools, are offered. The chapter concludes by highlighting the importance of mental health and stress management for overall cognitive health and optimal learning outcomes. Impact on brain function. Chronic stress alters brain structures, specifically the hippocampus. Cognitive performance. Acute stress can enhance performance by improving attention. Detrimental effects. Prolonged stress impairs memory and cognitive flexibility. Physiological mechanisms. Roles of cortisol and adrenaline in stress response. Stress management. Practical strategies for reducing stress in work and school environments. Chapter 9. Sensory integration. Stimulate more of the senses. In this chapter, the author delves into how our brains are wired to process multisensory information and how this can be harnessed to improve learning, productivity, and overall cognitive function. The human brain is not just a passive receiver of sensory input. It actively seeks out and integrates information from multiple senses to create a coherent understanding of the world. This multi-sensory integration can significantly enhance learning experiences, making them more engaging and memorable. The chapter discusses various examples and studies that demonstrate how combining visual, auditory, and tactile stimuli can improve comprehension and retention. For instance, a lecture that includes visual aids, sound effects, and tangible objects will be more effective than one that relies solely on spoken words. The author also emphasizes the importance of creating environments that stimulate multiple senses to boost creativity and problem-solving skills. Practical tips are provided for educators, employers, and individuals to incorporate multisensory elements into their daily routines, thereby leveraging the brain's natural propensity for sensory integration to achieve better outcomes in various aspects of life. Multisensory integration. Combining different types of sensory input enhances learning and memory. Active brain. The brain actively seeks and integrates sensory information to understand the world. Enhanced learning. Using visual, auditory, and tactile stimuli together improves comprehension and retention. Engaging environments. Stimulating multiple senses can boost creativity and problem-solving skills. Practical tips, strategies for incorporating multisensory elements into daily routines for improved outcomes. Chapter 10. Vision. Vision trumps all other senses. In this chapter, the author emphasizes the extraordinary power of vision and its dominance over other senses. Our brains are designed to process visual information more efficiently than textual or auditory data. This is rooted in evolutionary biology, where quick visual processing was crucial for survival. The chapter explains how visual stimuli can engage more cognitive resources, leading to better retention and comprehension. The author also discusses the implications of these findings for learning and productivity. Visual aids, such as images and diagrams, can significantly enhance understanding and recall in educational and professional settings. The chapter underscores the importance of leveraging visual tools to optimize communication and learning outcomes. The practical applications suggested include incorporating more visual elements into presentations, educational materials, and work environments to harness the full potential of our visual processing capabilities. Dominance of vision. The human brain processes visual information more efficiently than textual or auditory data. Evolutionary roots. Quick visual processing was crucial for survival, influencing our brain's design. Cognitive engagement. Visual stimuli engage more cognitive resources, leading to better retention and comprehension. Educational implications. Visual aids can significantly enhance understanding and recall in learning environments. Practical applications. Incorporating visual elements into presentations and materials optimizes communication and learning outcomes. Chapter 11. Gender, male and female brains are different. In this chapter, the author delves into the fascinating differences between male and female brains, highlighting how these distinctions impact various aspects of life, including work, home, and school. The chapter explains that while both genders can perform the same tasks, they often do so using different neural pathways, which leads to variations in how tasks are approached and executed. Hormonal influences, particularly during critical developmental windows, play a significant role in shaping these differences. The author emphasizes that these variations are not merely social constructs, but have biological underpinnings supported by scientific research. Moreover, the chapter addresses common stereotypes and misconceptions about gender differences, arguing that understanding these distinctions can lead to better communication, improved learning environments, and more effective teamwork. By recognizing and appreciating the unique strengths of male and female brains, we can create more inclusive and productive spaces for everyone. Neural pathways. Males and females often use different neural pathways to perform the same tasks. Hormonal influences. Critical developmental windows and hormonal changes significantly shape brain differences. Biological underpinnings. Gender differences in the brain are supported by scientific research, not just social constructs. Stereotypes and misconceptions. The chapter debunks common myths about gender differences. Inclusivity and productivity. Understanding brain differences can lead to better communication and more effective teamwork. Chapter 12. Exploration. We are powerful and natural explorers. Human beings are inherently curious and driven to explore their environment. This chapter delves into the neurological and psychological underpinnings that make us natural explorers. From infancy, humans exhibit exploratory behaviors, which are crucial for cognitive development. By engaging in exploration, individuals learn about their surroundings, solve problems, and innovate. The chapter highlights how modern environments, such as workplaces, schools, and homes, can stifle this natural curiosity through rigid structures and lack of stimulation. It emphasizes the importance of creating environments that foster exploration and continuous learning. Through anecdotes and scientific studies, the chapter demonstrates how exploration is linked to better memory, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. The author also discusses the role of technology in both aiding and hindering our exploratory instincts. Ultimately, the chapter argues that nurturing our inherent exploratory nature is essential for personal and societal growth. Inherent curiosity. Humans are naturally driven to explore from a young age. Cognitive development. Exploration is crucial for learning and cognitive growth. Modern constraints. Workplaces, schools, and homes can limit our natural curiosity. Enhanced abilities. Exploration leads to better memory, creativity, and problem-solving. Role of technology. Technology can both aid and hinder our exploratory behaviors.